everyone, this is Persephone, and today I decided to make this video because someone joined my OnlyFans. They had only one conversation with me and then they decided to block me, which is something very unusual. It almost never happens, and I think it's an educational incident. We can learn a lot. So no further intro, I'm going to teach you some stuff to see how my brain works and how you can protect yourself. I knew ever since the first message that the person is bad news, because I'm a very big fan of psychiatry and neuro-linguistic programming. And if you understand the meaning of words like the true meaning, then you can protect yourself. You've done half the job. The person started by saying, I found your channel and I'm intrigued by you. Normal people don't say intrigued. When someone says, I'm intrigued, I'm excited, I'm fascinated, this makes you think of a show, of a game, of a cat chasing a mouse, but not of something healthy, not of a healthy friendship, for example. So people who want excitement and fascination are usually cluster B: psychopaths, narcissists, borderlines, histrionics, and so on. Of course, I'm not going to be a full mode paranoid schizophrenic and block a person because they sent one message. So we continue. Although I have to be honest with you and confess that if someone that doesn't pay me sent me this message, I wouldn't respond because I know it's bad news. The second red flag is that the person asked me, do you talk about everyday stuff on OnlyFans, or is it limited to what you talk on YouTube? I have many things on YouTube, but limited isn't one of them. I've shared so many inappropriate things over the years hoping to help others that I even got hate mail from people saying, oh my God, you are cringe and you overshare. So this person was either a very new subscriber on the channel or someone that they wanted to ask me, what kind of guys do you want to date? Which, spoiler, he asked me after a while, but I played dumb because I also like little games sometimes and because I wanted to see where is this going. And I said, I don't answer questions that have to do with doxing and internet safety, but I'm very happy to answer other questions. You can just ask me and see. Then he started saying things that they were clearly nagging, if you are familiar with the term, which is backhanded compliments, essentially. He said, oh, I didn't expect to find your channel, and it's a very interesting philosophy, but don't you think the black pill is a bit of an oversimplification? And then he asked, do you believe those things, or is it just a show? Then I couldn't stop myself, and I told him, there are two scenarios in what you asked. One scenario is that I believe what I say, and the other scenario is that I don't, and I'm a fraud. So I've already said on YouTube many times that I believe what I say, and you ask me again, so me saying that didn't convince you. I'm not going to waste my time defending and explaining. If I was a fraud, I would never admit it, especially on written form, so you can take screenshots and post them on Reddit. Then he started asking me what's my real name, which really made me lose a lot of respect for him because I said no docs and questions and you're asking me my real name. Anyway, so then he started saying, I found your channel from incel tears. I was told these kind of communities were banned a long time ago, and he was asking me, did you get the inspiration for the black pill from Reddit? This is why you got your channel. Which was honestly very offensive, because if people could just read a couple of subreddits and then set up a channel with over 30,000 subscribers, we wouldn't have poverty in this world. But I decided to, again, not bite the bait because he was baiting and baiting and baiting. And honestly, you're not exactly good with women if you browse these subreddits. But again, I decided to be the better and professional person. And I said, I have this philosophy ever since I was 15. I knew ever since I was 15 that looks matter, that not all people are equal because many things count. And no, I don't mean their race, age, or sexual orientation. I mean their choices. By that point, because he was taking control of a conversation, which is something that you should never let strangers or potential toxic people do, I started asking him things about himself. For example, I said, are you in the femdom? What kind of keywords did you type to find me? And he had all of these extremely rigid, extremely fixed ideas that they are honestly, I consider them a pre-stage of personal development or a product that is only for white, conservative, upper middle class men disconnected from reality. That he started saying that your life is your fault, if you got scammed, it's your fault because you're an adult, and you have to work with what you have. And he started saying things like that, and I decided to like tease a bit, and I said, you say it's your fault that you got scammed as an adult. So I said, 2 hours after my grandmother died, my mother stole 40,000 from the bank account, so they were from me, 40,000 euros, and she went to gamble and drink them away and buy psychiatric drugs and possible other drugs. All that happened within 2 hours. She knew the passwords of my grandmother, she took the money, and no one did anything in the family because Christianity, and we have to forgive. So I said, was I stupid? Was it my fault that my grandmother died an extremely sudden death, like in 2013, and I didn't have time to do anything? Everything happened too fast. And then he realized what he said was really stupid and tone deaf, and he said, no, but I don't refer to financial matters. Pay attention here. Every time someone is abused, every time, and I'm the type of person that I hate the words always and never, but this is an exception. Every time you're abused, there is financial abuse involved. If you are manipulated, if you are hurt physically or mentally, you are either in the same house or in the same job or in some kind of unwanted, unhealthy proximity. Most people are not stupid, and they honestly don't have money to leave abusive situations, especially in this economy. So when I hear extreme nonsense like your life is your fault, bro, just stop being abused, bro, it really irks me. Then he started saying, are you in contact with your mother now? I don't know. What do you think? I didn't say anything, but it was like really, really stupid. Then he started saying, you have to work with what you have, and you have to not put women like on a pedestal, and women should not be blamed. I disagreed with that too. I said there are plenty of women. Recent studies by Dr. Sam Vaknin, who is one of the experts in narcissism that I really respect, he said that 50% of narcissists and borderlines are women. That the idea that these disorders affect primarily men is outdated. So if a woman is a narcissist, I'm going to blame her, I'm going to judge her, I'm going to criticize her, and I'm going to put the responsibility on her, because it's not the time to be sexist if you want to help people. And because I've been personally victimized by that many times, that your mom is just a woman going through menopause for the last 352 years, so we have to forgive her hitting you, choking you, stealing your money, sexually abusing you, and a bunch of other stuff that they're honestly for another video. So I was tired of this person's bullshit more and more. I told him there are channels that they say that your life is your fault, and you can solve problems with willpower alone. Personally, I don't believe that you can solve generational poverty, PTSD, abuse, financial abuse with just willpower. It's not this simple. So you won't see this type of philosophy in my channel. Again, if you want it, there are plenty of quacks between you and me online, so you can go there to spread your brain Ebola there. The word brain Ebola was not mentioned, but I've thought of that. It did cross my mind. So at that point, he was about to go. So I asked him, what did you really want to ask me? Because obviously he didn't just throw down the drain $30 to debate me about my own channel, especially when I'm the type of person that I don't debate you. You have the right to your own stupidity and your own wrong opinions. Like, you believe that we all have 24 hours during the day, that people are all equal, and that looks don't count. Okay. Go and live life, thrive with this belief, see where they're going to get you. Then he said, I was curious, what kind of guys do you date? Or he said, do guys here on OnlyFans, are they delusional and they think they can date you? And then I decided to be myself, and I said, I date guys who are Asian, because I dated many races and I still prefer Asian, I'm sorry. They have to do some kind of sex work. This is a recent development because I'm tired of all of the jealousy and crazy people being jealous of creepy people. Like, we don't date our clients in sex work and digital sex work, but again, people don't get it. So the person has to have some kind of their own brand, preferably, or their own business. Before that, he became really defensive. And he started saying, do you accept blue-pilled people into your life? That's a very stupid question, but blue-pilled people and me are like oil and water. We don't have common goals, we don't have compatibility, so why would I keep them around? So I said my existence offends blue-pilled people in many cases. And he was like, what do you mean? Do you go around in real life offending people? Like, I roll. It's not sustainable to go around in real life offending people, but for example, I said that there are people, and that's 100% true, that they disliked me simply for me saying that I'm a YouTuber without even knowing the name of my channel or what kind of crap I talk about here. Because these people go to 9-to-5 jobs that they hate. So one of the major copes they have is that you can't make money online. You can't make money any other way. So when they see you and you make much easier money than them, I'm not going to lie, they hate you. It's human nature. So he said, oh, so you don't accept blue-pilled people around because they don't accept you. I was thinking this is what you understood from everything that I said. So I corrected him and I said, I don't keep them around because of long-term incompatibility. I'm not interested in fair-weather friends, and we will soon run out of things to talk about. To go back to the dating thing, he said, why do the men have to be Asian? This is really unfair if you ask me, because if I was a white man and they said I like cute Japanese girls, for example, no one would question why. Like, you see them and it's self-proven. But if I say I like Asian men, people are acting like I'm that woman that she married a piece of the Berlin Wall, that why do you like something like that? And because I'm a person that I fight the stereotypes, I said simply because that's what I like. I don't need to apologize, defend, explain. Preference. Then he was really sour, I could tell. And then he said the amazing thing that really surprised me. You wouldn't talk to me if I hadn't paid $30. And I said I wouldn't talk to you. True, for the following reasons. Reason number one is that I wouldn't talk to you on a dating app because I'm not on any dating apps. Reason number two is that I don't talk to random people. That's not my thing. I'm very busy. And reason number three is that I appreciate everyone who supports me on OnlyFans because they give me a good life in this dystopian, horrible capitalism. So if someone joins my OnlyFans and I greet them and say hi and they don't want to talk, which happens sometimes, I have people who lurk and they don't talk or it takes them some time to talk, I respect that. If someone wants to talk, we can also do that. But I'm not going to apologize why I'm not going out of my way to go to anime chat rooms or to Reddit chat rooms or to whatever to stroke the ego, to not say anything else, because YouTube, of random ass men who are nagging me the first time they met me. And at the end of the day, the thing that really pissed him off the most is that I said I have someone I like in real life, so I'm not looking. And that nailed the coffin, because he said, thanks for your time, I don't think we will ever talk again, bye. And then after 1 hour or so, I was blocked. I'm going to tell you something groundbreaking here, shocking, open your eyes and your ears, because you won't find this information anywhere. Good-looking people you see online, and I don't even count myself on the good-looking, I mean truly good-looking people, the dragon level good-looking people, okay, they usually have partners. I know they pretend that they're single or they just don't talk about their personal life because they're usually online to discuss their work or their latest movie or song or whatever, but they're not single. The reason why it's so difficult for me and I stopped talking about these things was not because I wanted to stop. It was because after some time, and every time I shared something about anyone, people found them and harassed them. They even found my white ex-husband from centuries ago and stole pictures from my OnlyFans, nude pictures, and sent them to him when my ex is in a serious freaking relationship, pretending to be me. They made a fake email and they sent these pictures. Unfortunately for them, I am on friendly terms with him. We're not friends, but we're not enemies, so he's not stupid. So he contacted me. He knows I do OnlyFans. The people close to me in real life know, so we resolved this within 10 minutes. But for someone else, that may not be the case. So he asked me to please not continue this. I believe that my rights stop where other people's rights begin. So I don't care if people harass me. I don't care if people post the usual death threat or rape threat or I'm going to find you threat. But when other people start being affected, I have to stop and I have to not talk about what's going on. But I'm not some kind of nun who has dedicated herself to I don't know what. Of course I'm attracted to people, of course I talk to people, of course I date people, just like everybody else. And if that happens to me, like I said, I don't consider myself by far than one of the top good-looking people. This guy got upset that I'm seeing someone. What did you expect, that I'm single for years and years and years and years? When someone doesn't talk about it, the immediate idea shouldn't be that they're single. And even if they say that they're single, you shouldn't believe them. And I'm going to give you one more piece of information now that is going to be very useful. I'm the type of person that I'm always going to tell you, you have my blessing to be yourself, and you have my blessing to go after your dreams, no matter how crazy they are. Because when I started, I had thousands of people in my life who told me, you will never be anything, you're just a creep artist in the proverbial basement. In my, before 18 days, it was an actual basement sometimes. And I believe that people need that, so I try to give it back. If you want to date someone who's an influencer, you have to become an influencer. If you want to date someone who's an actor, you have to become an actor or an actress or a scriptwriter or a director or a sponsor. You have to enter the world of these people if you want to have serious chances for a relationship. If you want to date a YouTuber, you should be a YouTuber bigger than them. If you want to date a sex worker, you have to have some involvement with sex work. You don't have to be a sex worker yourself. Be a photographer. Be someone who has a lot of money and they can support their career. For example, they are into cosplay, you are able to sponsor their cosplay. You want to date a gamer, you have to play games. This guy said people like you, people with your philosophy, are extremely rare. Trust me, they are not. Do you know what's extremely rare? People talking about it. Because I could have led this guy on so easily if I wanted. I know exactly what to say to make a guy fall in love with me. And that's called a scam. So there are many women who believe exactly like me that looks do matter, that penis size does matter, that if your family is a bunch of orcs or not does matter. And they're not going to tell you, because they're going to waste your money and your time and your patience, and sometimes they're so mentally sick that they're not even going to get anything tangible from that. They just have the excitement that you're going to like every picture and watch every story and make a bunch of comments, and they're going to feel important and attract other losers who do the same, who are victims of this system.